You're watching Sterling High School Channel 19, serving Hynella, Laurel Springs, Magnolia, Summerdale, and Stratford. Mobile television production facilities for this broadcast are made possible by a grant from Walmart. Walmart, with their location on the Whitehorse Pike in Summerdale.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's pre-Memorial Day weekend playoff softball right here on Channel 19 and Sterling High School Radio. It's Sterling Silver Knights taking on the Cedar Creek Pirates. Glad you joined us here on both Channel 19 and Sterling High School Radio. Rob Strauss, Kevin Schulz, and Lauren Easterday are going to join us in just a few minutes. You take a look at the bracket here, guys. Down to the final four, Sterling and Cedar Creek. And on the other side, Manchester Township and Del Rand, who upset West Deptford. Take a look at the starting lineup for the Pirates. It'll be Massaro, Hageman, Bree Young, Taylor Attilio, Price, Chico, Schlee, Palomo, and Luciano. To round up the starting lineup and take a look at the Sterling defense, Mallory Skelly on the mound for Sterling, the phenom freshman, gave up 3 runs against Collingswood in about 48 hours ago, but just a phenomenal season out of her, and the defense has been strong, Kevin.
And that's the big thing, obviously, pitching, real good defense, and giving up 3 runs when you're in playoffs. Lauren, you know this. You're going against the better teams now, better hitters, more disciplined hitters. They're not going to swing at bad pitches as maybe some of the batters would during the regular season. So it's a whole different ballgame here.
Absolutely. I would say the key to the defense here today would just be make as minimal errors as possible, keep it simple, protect any small ball. We got a few lefties, so you got to be ready for any slaps. And yeah, really just keep the ball going.
Take a look at
the plays.
Sorry, Lauren. Take a look at the numbers on Mallory Skelly. 16-3, a 1.68 ERA, and 128 strikeouts. Really impressive strikeout to walk ratio.
Anytime you have more strikeouts than innings, and like you said, the strikeout to walk ratio looking really good, that just tells you how impressive Mallory Skelly has been this year as a freshman. That's the thing that makes it even more impressive. Back to the varsity field here today, as we were on the JV field directly to our right just 48 hours ago, and everything back to normal here at Sterling. Had a lot of rain over the weekend, and it kind of soaked in this new complex here. Still trying to get the new sod to settle in. It's going to bring up Marley Massaro, the left fielder, to lead things off for the Pirates. And 4-3 on the putout, 1 pitch, 1 out.
And that is a great way to start the game. 1 pitch, 1 out. That's how you get the momentum going. The defense has got to be right behind that, and hopefully we can get more like that and get in and out and get the bats rolling.
Speaking of the freshman, Alicia Gotts doing a great job there at second base for Sterling. He sends it over to McLaughlin for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top of the first, still no score. Pitch in there for a called strike from Mallory Skelly, a name that we're going to be calling quite a bit over the next 3 seasons. Sterling graduated Trish Quinn last year, a beautiful replacement and great timing here with Mallory Skelly.
Like you said, it's good that you have things set for the next 3 years after this.
The 0-1, outside ball 1.
And the nice thing early on here, probably a little bit nervous in this playoff game, but around the plate, and it's all you can ask for your pitcher.
Comes the 1-1 pitch from Mallory Skelly to Maddie Hageman. Hit foul. All right, check that. Popped up in the air. And Devin Schwartz giving it a run. Couldn't quite get there. Nice effort by Devin Schwartz, the senior. We are set up right down the third base line. We have a nice tent to shield us a little bit from the sun, but if it goes anything higher than 10 feet in the air, we lose sight of it. 1-2. Now to Hageman. Outside, just missed there, 2-2.
Well, if that's any indication, we see a lot of time drop, and Lauren, they give you the outside part of the plate. A lot of them give you the outside part of the plate, but
yeah, that was definitely a good curveball to miss.
2-2, swung on and missed. Mallory Skelly gets Hageman swinging for the second out of the inning.
Talk about the movement on this pitch, Lauren.
That was an excellent curveball. She kept it still to the outside of the plate so that when it broke, it was even further out. The last thing you wanted to do, being ahead of the count, was to give her anything that she could touch, and that was perfect execution for that freshman.
That'll bring up Bree Young, the third baseman, hit on the ground, foul down the third baseline. Almost a souvenir for a lucky fan down the third baseline. Have Superintendent Mark Napoleon here in attendance, some of the other softball coaches, as well as some of the alumni in attendance on this Friday of Memorial Day weekend. The 0-1 swung on and missed by Bree Young, 0-2.
And again, this would be a really good time to keep, nothing should be even touched here. So any kind of junk, any curveballs, keep them out.
Let's see what she does here. An 0-2 pitch hit on the ground.
Okay.
Right at Oleto, fires over to McLaughlin for the out. 5-3 on the putout, no runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on. Head to the home half of the first inning, still no score.
And then the other nice thing right there you saw, you said it, don't give her anything good to hit. It was low and away. Yep. And in his last series of pitches, everything was down, and that's where you get the ground balls, and that's what she got.
Excellent. Yeah, for a freshman, she does a very good job starting with strikes and keeping them. Like I said, it's to get ahead of the count. You never know if they're the type of hitters that take that first pitch, and if that's what they're going to do, then starting with a strike is excellent.
Take a look at the starting lineup for Sterling. Very similar. Same way it's pretty much been all season. Whalen leading off, having a phenomenal year. Got pitched around in the Collingswood game the other day. Alicia Gotts at second. Mallory Skelly hitting third. Emily Oleto the cleanup spot. And then the bottom half of the lineup, Krause, McLaughlin, Schwartz, Kleehammer, and Victoria Scott. And you look at this lineup, a lot of good hitting here. They got a little bit of a slow start against Collingswood, but once they got going, they really fired on all cylinders and dropped 8 on Collingswood.
And I think the biggest thing is you just want to put the ball in play. You constantly put pressure in the defense. Then after a while, at some point, you get an error here or there. Then you're putting pressure on the pitcher when you get the base runners.
I'd like to welcome everybody listening on Sterling High School Radio. Coverage of this South Jersey Group 2 semifinal on Memorial Day weekend. Maybe on their way down to the shore, or maybe even already down the shore, or listening from a beach chair, perhaps.
Yep.
That'll be Maddie Whalen. And we talk about her pre-game or pre-bat routine. You will see this a lot. It's the exact same routine every single time, and I don't know if that's a superstition thing or if...
I've been told that softball has the most superstitious girls. Everybody usually does the same thing up to bat, pitching, when you're in the field. It's usually the same thing.
Comes Maddie Whalen. A couple nice hits against Collingswood. It was also pitched around and called first strike. Didn't like the call, but 0-1. No score here, bottom of the first. Sterling leading off with Maddie Whalen. So ball high and outside, 1-1. Comes the 1-1 pitch from Schlee. Again, high and outside, ball 2. So 2-1 now to Maddie Whalen to lead things off in the bottom of the first.
And that's what you want the leadoff hitter to do. Force the pitcher to throw strikes, make them throw a lot of pitches, let everybody see what she has.
Comes the 2-1 from Schlee. Swung through and missed, evens the count at 2-2. Take another look at this pitch real quick. Lauren, what do you see here?
A very good fastball high, right at the top of the letter, so if she didn't catch that early, she was swinging through it.
The 2-2. Outside again.
So far, she has only thrown a curveball and a fastball, and both of the fastballs she threw were high. So let's see if she keeps them there. So far, the curveball, the first pitch I thought was a ball, but if that's called a strike, you got to be careful with that outside corner.
3-2 pitch hit foul and out of play, and it'll hold. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first. No score here in the South Jersey Group 2 semifinal. I believe that game,
fastball again.
Whoever wins this game will play on Tuesday. Hitting right up the middle for a base hit. Whalen is aboard with a leadoff single.
That's just a great piece of hitting. and you got the pitcher to throw a lot of pitches. You let everybody see what she had, and you see Maddie Whale, and she is having a great year, and one of the big reasons is she's just such a selective hitter and has a great idea of the strike zone.
Keep an eye on Whalen at first base. She's got some wheels, as that'll bring up Alicia Gotts. First pitch to Gotts, swung on and missed. Maddie Whalen, 9 stolen bases on the season, so keep an eye on her at first base. The 0-1 to Gotts. Again, swung on and missed for strike 2.
Looks like it's got good late movement on it.
Yeah, I mean, this one particular was the curve. So she has been going back and forth between high fastball and curveball.
See what
we'll
she chooses
see a fastball here. And
foul just got a piece, did Gotts, and the count will hold at 0-2. Maddie Whalen stays at first base. And the one thing that fastball is eliminating the ability for Maddie Whalen to take off at first base.
Yeah. To see a changeup and be able to read a changeup here would give us a stolen base, hopefully. But
here comes the 0-2. Called, third strike, and Gotts goes down looking for the first out of the inning. That's a good pitch, just caught the outside part of the plate, and that will bring up Mallory Skelly, the pitcher. Skelly on the season, hitting .371, and here comes the first pitch to her, high and outside again. Emily Auletto waits on deck should Skelly get aboard. Whalen on first. Here comes the next pitch in there for a called strike. Evens the count at 1-1.
Looked a little down.
That was the first. She did throw a drop. That was a first new pitch.
Wow, that was.
So that was perfect placement for a drop, though.
1-1 on the way from Schlee. This again swung on and missed. 1-2. This is something that Sterling did not see against Collingswood. A lot of walks by the Collingswood pitcher the other day, and Sterling eventually caught up to that. Took him 2 or 3 innings. The 1-2. Again, swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts for Schlee, and there's 2 away here in the bottom of the first. Emily Auletto, the third baseman in the cleanup spot, digs in and awaits the first pitch from Schlee with 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Ball 1. Looked like a similar pitch. I was waiting for the called strike, and there wasn't one.
Yep.
She will go back to the curveball.
Popped up in the air down the right field line and out of play. Whalen was already approaching third base. We talked about the speed of Maddie Whalen there, Schulze.
Yeah, if that ball dropped, she was going to score. And if it was even close with 2 outs, you're going to take a shot there.
So Whalen on first base, 2 out here in the bottom of the first to Emilia Auletto. 1-1 the count. Here comes a pitch from Schlee. Again, fouled back behind the backstop, out of play.
Lauren, talk about how much tougher it is to hit when you're behind in the count.
It's definitely harder because now the pitcher has the advantage, so she's going to throw any kind of junk pitches she has. The last one was the drop, which we haven't seen only a few times. I mean, if this fastball if they keep it high and away like they did there, it's going to be tough because what you really want is that fastball. You do want it right down the plate. So anything else that's going to be moving, and you just have to correct yourself. If it's the curve, you gotta take it to the right, and drops. You gotta stay low and throw the ball.
Basically just battle, right?
Yeah. Do anything you can. Choke up, keep it short, and just put the ball in play, and hopefully we can get it through a hole.
Emily Auletto draws the count full now. 3-2. Whalen will be on the move. Hit on the ground to second base.
Bobbles.
Chico picks it up and sends it over to Sam Nandal for the out. 4-3 on the putout to end the inning. Sterling gets no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and they leave 1 stranded as we head to the top half of the second. Still no score here from Sterling High School. For Cedar Creek, it'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters, and D'Attilio, Price, and the aforementioned Chico. Beautiful day for softball on this Memorial Day kickoff here. 86 degrees, sunny skies, southwest wind at 13 miles an hour. That wind, according to the flag out that we're looking at in right field over the top of the school, kind of blowing in from left field right into the catcher's mound. Every now and again, we've been out here all day long for something that we were doing with Sterling Radio earlier, and the wind, every now and again you get a big gust. Take a look at some of the fans here. Seeking some shelter.
Some shade, yeah.
That's the move. It's that time of year.
Well, the weekend is going to start off good, but it's going to go downhill. I think on Sunday they said that's going to be a tough day. So it's good we have the good weather today.
Take advantage of it.
Get to the shore tomorrow, or you're not
Don't go
getting there at all.
tonight. Yeah, exactly. Don't try tonight. Even yesterday afternoon was brutal too. Top of the second, leading off-speed pitch to D'Attilio is in there for a called strike.
Different way to start things with an off-speed pitch. Sometimes hitters might be looking fastball to drive something, and the freshman goes pitches a little backwards there.
On the ground, scooping that one up and sending it over to first base, but bobbling it. Gotts, low throw to McLaughlin, and reaching on the error is D'Attilio. I have to wonder if that's an error on the throw or on the catch. I have to think it's on the
I would say
initial
on
throw.
the throw. Yeah, she threw off the back foot, had to rush it. That girl was pretty fast.
So we'll go with your scoring, and we will say E4 for those of you scoring at home.
We now have a pinch runner at first for the pitcher, correct?
That is for the catcher.
Oh, the catcher.
That brings up Jenna Price, designated player, hitting in the 5 spot this evening. Showing bunt goes off the glove of Schwartz, and that will allow D'Attilio to move up to second base with nobody out here in the top of the second. So pass ball there.
And that's one of those ones with the bat right at your eyelid. It's tough because it's right in front of you, and it's easy to lose track of the ball there as a catcher.
The 1-0 to Price. She went around for a called strike. Actually bounced about a foot in front of the plate and did not bring the bat back.
Bunting's important in baseball,
it off?
Yeah, it was a foul.
Okay.
I think even more important in softball.
Got to be
Hence why
prepared
the
for
runner
the
didn't
bunt
move.
again. Oh,
Hit on the ground, right at Gotts. Clean exchange this time. The runner's going to go over to third
Got it.
and get tagged out by Oleto. Great presence from McLaughlin to send it over on one hop to Oleto to clear the bases.
And what a great job by Gotts holding that runner. It froze her,
Yep.
and she had to delay the start, and then a real throw over, that quick throw over. It was on a bounce, but she got rid of it quick. And what a scoop and tag by Emily Oleto at third base.
that was a great check. You got to think at the same time here, I was surprised to see them not stick with the bunt, especially when they already moved the girl over to second. I think that putting the bunt down would have been very beneficial, move the girl at least to third, and now you have one out girl in real good scoring position. But that's a good play by Sterling there.
On the ground to Kleehammer, it's short, fires over to McLaughlin to end the inning. Great defense there by Sterling after the error to lead off the second. No runs, no hits, one error, and they leave none stranded. We'll head to the home half of the second, still tied at no score.
Well, that's where you had the error initially, but your defense rallies around that and comes up with a great defensive play to get the double play and really pick things up from there.
An excellent job by the freshman pitcher, continuing to pitch those pitches to get easy ground balls.
Yeah.
That's what we want. No line drives, keep the ball down.
So for Sterling, it's going to be Kraus, McLaughlin, and Schwartz. And all obviously with their first plate appearances of tonight. We'll take another look at this play here at third. The hesitation at second base cost the runner, and she was out by a good foot and a half. There wasn't even there was a slide attempt, but the ball was there well before the slide even started.
And I said she froze. Not only she was actually going back, her momentum was going back towards the base, and that makes it the original base, that makes it even more difficult to
was her
get going the
mistake.
other way.
If
So
she
is
had
that a
ju-
mistake on the runner, or is that a mistake
Absolutely. On the runner.
Should,
If
should
she
the
had
runner
ju-
have been looking at third base to the third base coach to see, am I going, am I staying?
She should have initially froze in general.
Yeah.
Now, being a base runner, if the ball is hit to second, sometimes you have to know if you read it right away and you see that it's going to second, you're going to be able to get third right away. But
If
the
you get a
fact
good
that
jump, yeah.
she already hesitated and then took her momentum back to the bag, there was,
No shot.
unless it was an overthrow or a pass ball, there was no way she was being safe there.
And she was out on a bounce throw, but
Yeah.
like I said, McLaughlin, the throw might have bounced, but the thing she did was she got rid of it quick.
Absolutely.
First
And
pitch
Aletta
to
made a nice play.
Sorry, Schulze.
Sorry.
First pitch to Rebecca Kraus in there for a called strike. 0-1. Bottom of the second, still no score here. Swung on a
Nice.
hit into the air to right center field, in for a base hit. Rebecca Kraus pulls exactly what Maddie Whalen did in the last inning, leadoff single.
And the pitcher was ahead again this time, so she did decide to throw what we've seen, that drop. She usually goes to her curve or fastball. She did throw a drop there, and which I would assume is one of her junk pitches, and we were able to capitalize on that junk pitch.
Raise
I
up
think
hand.
you're looking at a sacrifice. Yep, and we get it.
Great
McLaughlin.
sacrifice bunt.
Right down to first, and for the out. And Kraus moves up.
That's a good job by Hannah McLaughlin to do her job there, move the runner over. The bunt was, the initial pitch was high and was still able to put a bat on it and do her job to move the runner.
Yeah, deadened it, put it where they had to run a little bit to get it, and left no chance to get the lead runner.
1-4.
And even better to put it down first.
1-4 on the put out there. That brings up Devin Schwartz. Devin Schwartz takes the first pitch. 1-0. Keep an eye on Rebecca Kraus. No stolen bases on the season. Next pitch high. Probably the highest pitch we've seen. I think that one got away from Schlee a little bit there. Talk about how important the catcher position is in this game, especially with the base pass being so much shorter. That ball gets away. It makes it a little bit easier to get to the
and
next base.
as a base runner, you don't have to be fast in softball. That's definitely something that's undermined. If you can read pitches, if you can read bobbles, that's key to being a base runner. I do know that Becky, may not have the quickest wheels. I do know this, but if she's a smart base runner, there's no reason why, if she reads, a line drive or something through, that she doesn't score here.
2-2 to Becky Kraus, to Devin Schwartz. We're too busy talking about Becky. Here comes a delivery from Schlee. Swung on a miss. Schwartz goes down swinging for the second out.
There's been a lot of fast runners that haven't been good base runners. Like you said, it's a lot about anticipation, knowing the situation, getting a good jump.
Yep. And even if you're not a fast base runner, and maybe you have a catcher that is very aggressive, you can also take advantage that way. Especially if this catcher was to throw behind the runner, if you can read things like that, it's easy to take extra bases.
Right.
Kleehammer swings through the second pitch rather, as first pitch was a ball, so the count 1-1 with 2 out here. In the bottom of the second, still no score.
And a lot of softball games are decided on the decision to take an extra base or get an extra base, because you see a lot, especially players, see a lot of one-run games.
Oh yeah, I have seen a lot of one-run games. What it comes down to is, if you do your homework, obviously, to find out what kind of players the other team has and things like that, it's definitely a lot better that way. But I think within the first couple innings, you can definitely get a read of your infield and what things you can take advantage of.
Yeah. Arms in the outfield.
Oh yeah, if depending on who covers where, you can always do things like that.
You're talking like a coach now.
I think
good.
a lot like a coach.
That's great.
3-2 pitch,
I'm
hit on the ground,
aggressive
fouled down the first base line. So 3-2, the count to Kaylee Kleehammer, the shortstop. Kleehammer coming into this game, averaging 200 even on the season. She has a double and 7 RBIs also to her credit in this 2018 campaign. The 3-2 pitch on the way from Schlee. Popped up, hit foul down the first base line over the dugout and into the storage yard to our right. Actually, it's right in front of us, but to their right. So Schlee, a second chance here.
First game at this varsity field for us.
Yeah.
Next pitch swung on, hit the air to right field, and it is going to be a nice catch by Palomo in right field. We thought it was going to drop. It did not. And Sterling goes down. It's a nice piece of hitting. Just did not drop for Kleehammer, and that will end the inning. Sterling gets no runs, but they do get a leadoff hit by Becky Krause. They leave one stranded, and we'll head to the top of the third. Still no score here in the South Jersey Group 2 semifinal. Glad you joined us here on Channel 19 and Sterling High School Radio, live on the radio right now. It's Rob Strauss, Kevin Schulz, Lauren Easterday, as we take another look at our vantage point of that nice scoop catch right around the knees.
Right on the line, too.
Had that dropped, that would have been an interesting call. Going with 3 umpires today, something we didn't have in the Collingswood game. And we can't see on our replay the line, mostly because of the glare, not because the lines aren't defined, but mostly because of the glare. But that would have been an interesting call had that dropped.
Yeah, a lot of times those balls to right field are sinking and tailing off, and that one just held up enough for the right fielder to make the play.
And I'm sure, just seeing from what that pitcher does pitch, I'm sure it was an outside pitch. So she did do a good job taking it the way the pitch was. Just got a little bit under it, enough for the right fielder to run in and get it.
It'll be Schlee, Palomo, and Luciano, the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Pirates, to lead off the third. First pitch hit on the ground, right at McLaughlin. She's going to keep it herself and step on first base for the out. 1 pitch, 1 out. It's very similar to how this game started off with Marley Massaro. 1 away.
Well, like we said, Mallory Scully's around the plate and then getting the leadoff hitter out as we're experiencing a few technical difficulties here.
Lauren Palomo, the right fielder, digs in.
The lefty. The first lefty, yeah.
First pitch to her, hit her right square in the numbers. She tried to turn to avoid it. She got hit right in the square of the back. And she will advance to first base, but she is going to be met halfway down the first base line by one of the coaches there, and she got hit square in the back. That's going to leave a mark.
Just got caught up in a bad spot. That's where that inside pitch, you want to kind of turn away and not get it square on you, but she just got it where her body was not moving away at that point.
And she's still in some pain down there in that first base line. Take another look at it. Another replay here is the pitch went way inside from Skelly. Just kind of got away from her a little bit, and I would even say the shoulder blade.
Yeah.
Of Palomo. So she took one for the team there. She seems to be okay, kind of rotating her right arm around a little bit. And
it's a softball in name only. I think, right?
So that brings up Gianni Luciano, center fielder. Looks at a called first strike.
Always good to rebound with a hit batter with a strike right there, just showing that you've regained your command.
The 0-1 pitch on the way, high and outside. Schwartz pumped down to first base, trying to keep Palomo honest there. Comes a 1-1 pitch, swung on, fouled off the backstop, out of play. 1 out here in the top of the third. Still no score here in the South Jersey Group 2 semifinal. Live from Sterling High School, Rob Strauss, Kevin Schulz, and Lauren Easterday bring you all the live action. The winner will face Del Rand on one side.
Now that Mallory's ahead, hopefully she pitches something and out of the zone. That would, just like that, is perfect.
Just like you drew it up. 2-1 now.
Just like I called the pitch.
To Luciano. Winner of this game will face either Manchester Township or Del Rand. We're told that game will be Tuesday. Hit on the ground, right at Kleehammer. It's going to go to second for 1, and it's not going to get the runner. It goes off the backstop, off the glove. So it's 6-4 on the putout, and you can actually hear Coach Johnson saying, only if you know it's there.
Yeah. Well, the important thing was they got the lead runner, and you got, obviously you have 2 outs right now.
Yeah, it was good to not have that ball go completely out, or else she gets that second bag, and now we have a 2 outs with a runner in scoring position. That's the last thing you want to do.
So fielder's choice, 6-4 on the putout, and Paloma goes back into the dugout, and now back to the top of the lineup for Marley Massaro. Grounded out to second base, her first plate appearance to lead off the game. Therefore, called strike 1-1. Should she get on board, Hageman waits on deck. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Skelly. At the knees, runner goes, and do they get it? They do. Nice rifle there from behind the plate from Devin Schwartz to tag out Luciano to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left.
She was taking a very big lead at first base the first the first 2 pitches, and I was wondering if they were going to let her go.
And why not? With 2 outs, take a chance. You get somebody in scoring position. Not a bad move at all.
Yeah, they have not yet tried anything, so you might as well try it. It was a little high of a throw, but great tag by the shortstop to get that in there.
We're getting great play from our entire infield. Great infield play. Had the 1 error, but Gotts at second has made some nice plays. You had McLaughlin make the play, the throw.
Here's
the tag by Aledo. And here we see Kaylee Kleehammer on a throw from Devin Schwartz making the tag.
So for Sterling, it'll be the 9-1-2 hitters. And guys, it's starting to get a feel of whichever team makes the least mistakes.
That's it.
And you guys mentioned the low-scoring games, the 1-0, the 2-0 games. This has every feel to it thus far through two and a half innings.
Yeah, well, making a mistake, not making a mistake, and the team that takes advantage of that mistake. We had an error, but defensively we made up for it, and they weren't able to take advantage of it and get a run.
Comes Victoria Scott digging in, getting ready for taking a couple practice swings. Batting .400 on the season, right on the nose there. 4 RBIs, scored 7 runs. You'll see how she leads off this bottom of the third, still no score. She goes for the bunt and just bunts it off the backstop.
Not a bad idea. Nah. The first baseman's playing a little far back. Now I think third's going to start cheating up a little bit now that she saw that this was a possibility. It's not a lot of times that you see a 400 batter hitter on the 9 spot, which is a good decision by Sterling, in my opinion, to get,
Beautiful bunt, going to go foul, just barely. Was tiptoeing the chalk down there about 2.5 feet in front of home plate. And it just rolled foul. Good presence of mind by the Cedar Creek defense to pick it up in foul ground.
Yeah, that was, like you said, going up that first baseline, you get it. And if you make the throw, if it's in fair ground.
I think they are saying that the ball hit her out of the box.
Oh, okay. We missed that.
Would lead in and out.
Wow, let's look at it here.
Yes.
It did hit her.
Okay. Down the way a little. Although it looked like...
I think it initially hit her right out of the box.
Yeah. First pitch by
Whalen. The pitcher.
And they get Whalen at first. 1-3 on the putout.
It looked like it almost hit it. She hit it again running down the line. But that was...
I thought she jumped over it out of the line.
I guess we'll call that runner interference.
We're going to interview the umpire at the end.
Where's Dan Farr when we need him? We always rely on Dan Farr for the official scoring.
Or at least he'd make something up right now.
I mean, yeah.
Take it for granted.
Dan Farr, if you're listening, please text me and let me know what to put in the book. Brings up Alicia Gotts, who struck out looking her only plate appearance. Inside for ball 2. 2-0 to Gotts.
Having a real good year as a freshman. You can tell they have confidence in her, putting her in the number 2 slot.
Here comes the 2-0 pitch from Schlee. Hit foul, out of play, 2-1.
Schlee's got that fastball. It looks like it really gets on you in a hurry.
Yeah, and to me it looks like it tails a little bit, so you never know. Like I said, she almost uses it as her curve. So it is initially a fastball, but still has the breakaway at the end.
2-1 in the dirt and also inside. So
Almost
now
unpredictable.
3-1.
Well, they always say it's a key to have movement on a fastball. You could have a fastball that's
you can
harder
put
than
it where you
anybody's,
need
but
to
if
put
it's
it.
flat, then it becomes hittable.
This is the batter's count right here.
3-1. Swung on in the dirt. She swung at ball 4. I think she just got a little happy feet
Stayed
there.
aggressive on
Yep.
her 3-1. I'm a low ball hitter too, so it was a drop, and it did drop. So
Here comes a 3-2. Called third strike. Gotts goes down looking in consecutive at bats.
definitely looked outside. Good job by the catcher to frame it as well as she did to get that call.
No runs,
Wow.
no hits, no errors, and none left. We're going to go to the
That's
top of the 4th. Still no score here from Sterling High School in the South Jersey Group 2 semifinal. Winner either faces Del Ran or Manchester Township.
Now, the tough thing was early on in this game, I didn't think we were getting that outside call, but
We don't seem to
they
get
got
it
it there.
as much as they do.
Right.
So far, I've seen 2 questionable outside that they have received.
It's close.
So, maybe Mallory can get a few this inning. That would be nice.
For the Pirates, back to the top of the lineup in Massaro, Hageman, and Young. And take a look at some of the fans baking out there in the center field and
Somewhere
the
in
outfield.
sweatshirts.
Yeah, I mean, and you know what? For a Friday Memorial Day weekend, a really, really nice crowd out here to support these girls. One of the last spring sports teams still alive here. Obviously, boys and girls track doing a great job today out in Delsea with their, I believe that's not Meet of Champions. It's like sectionals, I believe, is today.
And tomorrow.
And tomorrow as well. So they have their weekend cut out for them. So good luck to the boys and girls track team having a phenomenal season. And we mentioned this in several broadcasts, and it's been announced on Twitter via Mr. Claiborne. The record of the track team over the last 4 years, undefeated in 4 years, which is really, really impressive.
This is one of those once every 30 year or once in a lifetime girls track teams.
Skelly leads off the top of the 4th here with an off-speed pitch outside, 1-0. Marlon Massaro grounded out to second, and looks like she's about to do the same here, and she does. One away here in the top of the 4th.
And don't think that those pitchers see the calls getting towards the outside part of the plate, getting called for strikes, aren't going to attack that area.
Yeah.
Brings up Maddie Hageman, struck out in the 1st. Skelly steps off. Now she approaches, and she's ready to go. First pitch to Hageman, swung on and missed.
Nice change
Some
up.
nice change up there. Completely tricked Hageman.
Well, it's a good job keeping it on the outside. You always want to keep a changeup out and down, because the last thing you want is for them to get a hold of that.
The 0-1.
Shows
Inside,
hands.
showing bunt, but pulls back wisely there as the pitch was inside, 1-1.
Well, I like how she's mixing it up, going outside, then coming back with an inside pitch, because if you go outside too much, the hitter's going to crowd the plate.
Yep. And if they know that you only have outside, eventually, they're going to know, hey, I need to take the ball to right field. I need to step at that ball. Inside, it's good. We could jam them and do a whole bunch of damage in there.
The 1-1 pitch was fouled on the bunt attempt, so now 1-2. You'd have to think that the bunt is now obviously out of the question, but you never know. Swung on, hit on the ground. This time,
Nice job.
right at Gotts, over to McLaughlin. We saw Gotts with some tough time on some of the handles earlier in this game, but nice clean scoop there to over McLaughlin on consecutive plays for the first 2 outs of the inning.
Keeping a lot of balls out of the zone. We're seeing a lot of balls get hit to the right side. That's a
And
good
Mallory's
sign.
curve is her go-to. So the right side of the field, if they don't adjust, is going to see a lot of balls.
First pitch to Bree Young in there for a called strike. Bree Young grounded out to third to end the first inning.
That pitch was good inside.
Here comes the second pitch. Hit on the ground, foul. Watch out. Sean Clank scoops it up. Keeps it in front of him, does a great job, and he's going to
That's
get
right.
a souvenir.
Put his body in front of it, just like they coach it up.
Schulz, you had to duck into the inside. Look,
I'm going to get. I can see right now. There's going to be one coming right to the middle of the glass.
Yeah, this girl's a puller here, so you got to be careful. You can tell by just how she sets up that she's gonna do everything she can to get the ball over on the side.
But of course, Lauren is going to dive in front of me and make a play and save my life, right?
she's got a quick left hand. 1 and 2 to Bree Young.
Ooh.
Just missed outside 2 and 2. And you talk about waste pitches.
We would've
When you're
liked to
ahead
have
there,
that.
you could try to get them to fish here. And she did not fish on that one, did Bree Young. So count evens out at 2 and 2 with 2 out here in the top of the 4th. Swung on the ground foul as Aledo scoops it up.
Yeah, and this is
And
you
still
always
try
wanna,
to pull it.
You want to go with the pitch because when you try and pull an outside pitch, this is what's going to happen. You're going to beat it into the ground the other way.
Because you have to throw your wrist over just to get it.
Here comes the 2-2 from Skelly. Hit on the ground again, this time scooped up by Kleehammer. She's got to hurry, and she does. Nice throw from
Good
Kaylee
stretch.
Kleehammer. And a nice stretch by McLaughlin, as you mentioned, Lauren. 6-3 on the putout. 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the 4th. Still no score as we move to the home half of the 4th.
And again, every pitch was just, you saw that last one, she just topped it, reaching out for it.
Yep.
Something to be said for
I could
hitting
see
the
her
ball where
really
the ball's
getting a
pitched.
hold of a pitch if she was to step at it and take it that way.
Yeah, you don't want to get her, give her something middle in.
No. Which is good call by whoever's calling the pitches, whether it be Talent or, Johnson.
Now, Johnson.
That's going to be Talent.
It took me, I called her Talent for an extra, 3 years.
That may still happen a few times,
Yeah,
but
it's okay.
But calling those outside pitches, knowing that this girl is definitely just going to keep trying to pull the ball.
I tell you what, the one thing I did like about that last play to end the 4th was the composure of Kaylee Kleehammer. Knew she had to hurry on that and just absolute frozen rope right over to McLaughlin to end the inning. It was really, really nice job by her.
And if you don't charge that ball the way she charged it, you wait on that, you're not getting her at first.
No.
Or
I
she'd have to
noticed
make
that-
a really awkward off the back foot throw. And
I noticed the speed of Bree Young, and at the side of my eye, and I'm like, she's really, really going to have to hurry to get her. And she did, got her by at least a step and a half. So good job by Kaylee Kleehammer there. For Sterling here in the home half of the 4th, it's going to be the 3, 4, 5 hitters, Skelly, Aledo, and Kraus.
And except for the one error, it's been a pretty clean, well-played game on both ends. And you can see why you're looking at the top teams in Group 2.
yeah, this is where that one error could make or break a game.
Yeah. Yep.
That one error, that one hit.
Just got to trust your defense.
Absolutely.
At this point, and just hope that you get some timely hitting and some pretty wise base running along the way.
And with this pitcher only working with, to me, 2 solid pitches, the defense definitely has to have her back because she has not thrown anything off speed.
Mallory Skelly digs in and leads off the bottom of the 4th in a scoreless game and looks at ball 1 low at the ankles.
Hoping within this next inning and the 5th inning we could start to time her pitching and really get a hold of a couple of these. The
1-0 lined right at Chico for the first out of the inning.
You can tell that's a good fastball because it's like a dead sound off the bat. It doesn't have that solid sound.
And she did step to it. She did throw the hand. She just didn't get all of it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you compare what Mallory did to the previous hitter was pulling the ball and reaching out and trying to hit it the left side. That's what you need to do. But sometimes you got to give credit to the pitcher throwing that fastball with movement. Sometimes it'll go away from the sweep part of the bat.
Yep.
First pitch to Emily Aledo in there for a called strike. She grounded out the second to end the first inning. Hits this one down right field line. It is in. It is a fair ball.
Go.
Aledo's around first. She's going to second. She's going to hold up there. A 1-out double.
Looks confusing. Yep.
And now they're saying foul ball. We are set up down the third baseline.
We have no idea.
We have no idea. So,
yeah, you see it's going here. So, yeah, it's foul.
If she had touched that, it would have been nice though.
Yeah, but like from our viewpoint, you really can't tell.
how much would you say?
Ooh,
This one hit.
liner to the pitcher.
And they're trying to get Aledo. She does. 1-4-3 on the putout. Schlee
Solid, right back.
got it right back at her, and it goes right into the arms of Chico, who sends it over to Nandal. for the out.
If the pitcher does not get a glove on this, that's up the middle for a single.
So Oleto just missed by probably, what would you say, a foot and a half?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's a break that goes the other team's way.
So instead of a double with nobody out, swinging on the first pitch is Kraus. Lines it to second base and easily sends it over to Nandal for the 3 up, 3 down. A lot of that going on here. No runs, no hits, no errors, and they leave none. We're going to go to the top of the 5th. Still waiting for this game's first run. And we're in a shortage of base runners all the way around. And the base runners that we've had have been squandered.
We'll go back to that foul ball. Oh, that wasn't the foul ball.
Yeah, it was the
That was a fair ball.
So we'll go 1-4-3 on that beautiful put out there. And that could have turned things. Instead of having a runner on second base with 1 out, you have clear out the bases on the next pitch. And we're taking another look at it now. And it was drifting. I don't know if the wind had anything to do with it. As we mentioned the top of the broadcast, it is blowing in from left field, rather.
Well, the wind and balls hit to the right side naturally tail a little bit, I think, anyway, from a right-handed hitter.
See, I was looking more, and I wasn't even watching the screen at the time. I was looking to see hands up from the umpires, but I actually did not see any, which made me feel that it was a fair ball. And the way she was running, she did not slow up until she got to second. So, you never know until they yell you to come back. That's why you never give up running.
Right. When in doubt, assume it's fair.
I saw her running out off of second base, and I'm like, wow, that's a quick timeout, because usually they'll pinch run for her. And she goes running. I'm like, wow, that's a quick call. I'm like, no hesitation on the decision to pinch run.
I'm just going to step away for 1 second.
First pitch hit on the ground, right at Gotts, and over to McLaughlin for the first out. First pitch, first out. Gotts has been busy this afternoon, Lauren, and she's doing a great job there. She's a vacuum there at second base. So that one bobble that she did have.
Even with the bobble, she still kept it with her and still tried to make the play. So a lot of props to the second baseman being a freshman and playing at this high level with, to me, no fear. So that's good.
Jenna Price grounded out to second to back in her only plate appearance. Fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch on the way from Skelly. Hit into the air into no man's land. That's going to be a base hit into right center field.
She's going
to go for 2. Is she going to get there? She might not. She is not. Kleehammer gets her. Beautiful play as they stretched it. And they nailed her at second base. What a beautiful play.
Great tag. Maddie Whaling throwing through the cut and just getting her. Excellent job.
So that was a hit.
Great job.
8-6 on the putout.
That's what we're talking about, this coming into the last 2 innings. Being able to, now would be the time to take those chances, that we see that it's going to be, possibly a 1-run game. You have to take that chance and think, can I stretch this double? And, they took that chance, and Maddie Whalen put them out.
2-1 now to Marina Chico, who grounded out to short to end the second inning. And believe it or not, that was the first hit of the game for the Pirates that came off the bat of Jenna Price. I didn't want to mention it earlier because I will never mention that, hey, that pitcher's got a no-hitter going. I will not say that. That's just not how I roll.
Yeah, good call.
2-1.
Another one. Another hit in the middle.
Left center field for a base hit.
That time they will hold the runner.
So Chico's aboard with a 2-out single.
Good job by Victoria getting that ball in quickly to her cut.
Got down on one knee, so it didn't get past her. That's smart defense right there. That'll bring up Allie Schlee, the opposing pitcher. Grounded out to first in her only plate appearance this afternoon. First pitch, pitcher versus pitcher here. And she gets the outside part of the plate.
There we go. Got that one outside pitch. I would imagine anything hit to the outfield, these outfielders will play safe. We can't take any chances with the runner on here.
The 0-1 delivery just missed outside, 1-1. Little off-speed or curveball there, Lauren?
I did not read it, but I can take a look.
Yeah, that out at second, huge now.
Real big.
Next pitch hit on the ground, right at Kleehammer.
Short.
She's going to go to first, and she does to end the inning. 6-3 on the putout. Another cannon from Kleehammer to end the inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors.
This
And they
has been
leave
saying
one
for
stranded.
10 years, defense wins games. This is the definition.
Still no score here in the South Jersey Group 2 semifinal. Glad you joined us here on Channel 19 and Sterling High School Radio Live. Rob Strauss, Kevin Schulz, Lauren Easterday bringing you all the live action. The winner of this contest will face either Manchester Township or Delran on Tuesday, we're told. Weather permitting, obviously. You never know.
Lauren, have you ever seen... Running out there, hydrating everybody. Have you ever seen a situation where a great defensive play leads to the next inning momentum on the offensive end?
Absolutely. Like I said, hopefully by the 5th, 6th, 7th inning, this will be the time where we've made our adjustments. We know what she's going to pitch. She's going to pitch, to me anything probably outside or high. So we need to make that adjustment. Try to read that fastball high as soon as you can. If it breaks before it gets close, then you have to let it go. We don't want to swing through anything high that could be a ball. And then she may throw, the junk drop ball, but every time that she has thrown the drop ball, we have actually been able to get a good piece of it. So
for Sterling to lead off the bottom of the 5th, it's going to be McLaughlin, Schwarz, and Kleehammer. The only hits from this game coming from Maddie Whalen and Rebecca Kraus. The Pirates just got their first 2 hits of the game in the top half of the 5th. Nobody able to cross home plate just yet. First pitch on the way to McLaughlin. Outside, ball 1.
Being this leadoff batter, though, she has to be a little patient. I know that, she definitely attacks the ball, which is very, something good to have. But being the leadoff, you need to know, I got to make this girl work a little bit. My job being the leadoff is to get on, no matter what. Nobody likes to walk, but, if she's not going to give you anything to hit, we need that walk. Walk's a run.
1-1 as McLaughlin fouls the next pitch off, and here comes the delivery from Schley. High and tight, 2-1.
And some pitchers are completely different when you put the pressure on them and get runners on base.
Yep.
Here comes the 2-1 delivery. Swung on, popped out foul behind the backstop, out of play. 2-2 now to Hannah McLaughlin. Grounded out to Schley in the 2nd inning.
She will pitch junk here.
Ball 3. Good call on that one, Lauren. Bounced about 6 inches in front of the plate, and good presence of mind there by McLaughlin to lay off the, as you call it, the junk pitch. Now, is that a call that comes in from the coaches to throw a junk pitch there, or is that a pitcher decision?
I mean, at this age, I would probably say it's the coach's decision.
On the ground to 3rd. High throw, but able to step on first base is Nandal. So 5-3 on the putout there.
From here, that looked like it was going to sail.
Yeah.
Well, it did look like it was going to sail.
Just was able to get.
I was hoping that was the double right there.
Advantage to having a fairly tall first baseman.
That's going to bring up Devin Schwarz, who struck out in her only plate appearance. The righty digs in and awaits the first pitch from Schley. Again, in the dirt and low, ball 1.
That was a good job, though, by Hannah to fight off anything with 2 strikes and try to put it in play and make them make an error, which almost did happen. So
the 1-0 on the inside part of the plate as Schwarz kind of jumped away. Schwarz hitting .228 on the season.
And that goes back to these pitchers working both parts of the plate inside now.
again on the inside part of the plate. 1-2 now, and Schlee really hitting her spots here.
About to say, I think she missed her curveball, but still ended up getting a strike out of it, which is good.
Right at the knees. 1-2 the count to Devin Schwartz, the catcher. Hit into the air, into center field for a base hit. Stays at first base. A one-out single for Devin Schwartz. For the Sterling's only their third hit of the afternoon.
Were you just coaching and holding her on first? We had our first base coach. A coach is always a coach, even when she's not coaching, right?
Yes.
They're going to pinch run.
I just didn't, last thing you want to do is make the same mistake that the other team did. You know, you get that nice little hit right in the middle there. Do you take the chance? Not right now.
No.
Right now, you need the hits to move the runners around. You don't want to take any chances.
I agree.
They're going to pinch run. I believe that's Sam Gibson in the pinch run for Devin Schwartz for Kaylee Kleehammer. Kleehammer lined out to right field to end the second inning. Swings at the first pitch, right.
Break it up.
Through the wheels of Chico, and it is broken up, and everybody's safe. E4 allows Sammy Gibson to slide into second safely, and there's 2 on with 1 out for Victoria Scott.
And this is why you want to continue to put the ball in play. Not a hard hit ball, but you keep putting the pressure on the defense, and eventually you put yourself in a situation like this.
And now you can even hear, Sterling, getting loud now.
Yep.
So Gibson at second, Kleehammer at first for Victoria Scott, who got in that weird runner interference play, her last plate appearance, where it apparently hit her on the leg.
Have we heard from Farr on that?
No, we'll have to. He's already got the shore.
Yeah.
He's
She
checked
shows
out.
bunt again.
Bunt again, goes foul down the first base line. Runners will have to go back.
That was a replay we were watching, right?
Right.
Of the first at bat.
It looks very similar. Only she didn't touch it this time.
Yeah. She's doing a good job with, putting, if you are going to bunt, you do want to put it down first just to make sure you get that runner moved. Let's see what she does here with 0-2.
Swung on and missed. Victoria Scott goes down swinging for the second out. Big strikeout there for Schley. Back to the top of the lineup for Maddie Whalen. 1 for 2 on the afternoon, and what a big spot here with 2 on and 2 out.
Oh, this is the hitter you want up right
Absolutely.
now. No question about it. She's the one who can really drive the ball, and obviously she's been your best hitter this year.
Looks at an easy strike right down there. That was take all the way, I believe. Let's see if they pitch around her like Kongswood did.
That was the first
On
time
Wednesday.
I saw that pitch being thrown, though. They did throw a screwball there. And they're going to do it again. They're going to try to jam Maddie.
Here comes next pitch,
Although it's
just
outside.
missed there, 1-1. Maddie Whalen gets on base safely. Alicia Gotts and her pair of strikeouts are on deck. 1-1 the count to Maddie Whalen. Here comes the pitch, swung on, hit, and that's a base hit into left field. That's going to score a run. And Sterling takes a 1-0 lead off the RBI single by Maddie Whalen.
No doubt about it. With 2 outs, runner going on contact, you're going to send her here. Great job by Maddie Whalen. Great job base running, and a big run to get across the plate in this tight game in the 5th inning.
And how about the speed of Gibson?
Yep.
She was off. Crack her bat. She knew she was scoring. She wasn't getting held.
Kleehammer at second, Whalen at first. As Gotts takes the first pitch inside, ball 1.
Some things you don't see on the camera. It's a nice job by Kaylee on second base, giving directional signals to her batter of where the pitch is coming in.
Pitch is high, but called a strike.
They do not let you do that in college.
They don't.
They don't. This is that last year to get it out now.
Okay.
1-1 to Alicia Gotts with 2 outs and 2 on. Hit again and foul down the left field line. Watch out, Schulze.
And I guess
not as close as the last one.
No, at the high school level, maybe you don't want to show that until late in the pitcher's lineup.
Just giving some signs here.
Let her know.
Yeah, Kaylee at second base, she's doing a great job telling her batter, hey, she's pitching it outside, she's pitching it inside, so she knows, hey, I'm going to have to take this ball to right field if I want to get around on this and score possibly another run.
2-2 now, the count to Alicia Gotts. 2 on, 2 out. Sterling leads this one 1-0 on the RBI single by Whalen. Next pitch high and outside, ball 3.
This is what we talked about, pitchers being different once you put pressure on them and get the runners on base.
The runners will be off on this pitch, so any type of hit, they will be moving.
Payoff pitch from Schlee.
Good eye.
Outside, ball 4, and they're loaded up for Mallory Skelly.
That's a tough pitch to lay off, too.
Sure.
First walk.
I might have swung through that.
First
I
walk
would've
of the
been too
afternoon.
At that point, but hey, we'll take it.
Yep.
Mallory Skelly on the season already has 3 home runs. That's second on the team. This would definitely help her cause. Schlee takes a big breath, and here comes the first pitch to her. Inside, ball 1.
And
It was pretty close.
take a look at this. Yeah, that was
A little
odd.
high.
Yeah.
The 1-0 delivery from Schlee. Hit into the air into center field. Backtracking is Luciano and makes the grab to end the inning. But Sterling gets the run they needed
Yep.
on 2 hits, 1 error, and they leave them loaded as we head to the top of the 6th. Sterling leading this one 1-0 on the RBI single by Maddie Whalen.
Great inning. And like I was saying before, that 1 error could be the difference in a game.
Yep.
The error at second base, that run
Turned into a run.
is the run.
Yep. I feel like we just talked about that in the inning prior, how the first mistake is going to make the difference in this game. I mean, we still have a long way to go, but once again, happy Memorial Day here from Sterling High School, and hope everybody's getting ready for their Memorial Day festivities. Big 3-day weekend. Everybody heading down to the shore if they're not down there already. But we've got some softball to take care of here first, and the winner of this game will play Tuesday, either Manchester Township or Delran. Still a lot of softball to be played here in a tight one.
And the 2 things I like about us being in this situation, you've got Mallory Skelly, who's been around the plate.
Taking our look at the RBI single by Maddie Whalen into left center field to make it 1-0 Sterling. And that's where we stand right now.
I think the outfielder on that play, her cut would have been the pitcher who was actually on her way to back up, so you can tell the throw was off. Whether, if that throw had been on, that might have been a different play, but it seems like she was trying to follow the backup of the pitcher.
The other thing we have going for us is the great defense we've been playing, and obviously that's going to come into play. That's throughout these next couple innings here.
So it's going to be the 8-9 hitters for the Pirates.
She took that hit to the back her first plate appearance.
First pitch to Palomo is in there for a called strike.
She's showing slap here. She is on the move.
Next pitch from Skelly.
Nope, that time, no.
It's full swing foul. Third base coach for the Pirates scoops it up. Just a little behind that one.
Yeah.
So 0-2 count now to Lauren Palomo, the right fielder. Skelly digs in, the windup, and now the pitch. Again, swung out foul and into the JV field behind us. Luciano is on deck.
To keep that a good call for a screwball there. I think we just want to keep that out even more. We don't want her to get any.
The 0-2 is low, ball 1.
It's a good spot for that. Make her try to swing at that.
And that screwball is going to go away from the left-handed hitter.
She's going to do it again.
Here comes the 1-2. Again, same pitch. Like, Lauren, you're calling it. Have you played this game before? You're pretty good at this.
She still has, to me, one more attempt to throw, not necessarily a pitch down the plate. So, maybe her second go-to pitch here.
This next
Still
pitch
keeps
low,
it out.
3-2. So What was once an 0-2 count is now drawn full.
Maybe
to
she
Lauren
will
Paloma.
go to her, everything's been outside. Maybe here she'll try her go-to curve. She's going to go for a fastball here.
Swung on, hit foul.
Hey, watch yourself.
And
I was ready.
Had that not spun, our equipment was in jeopardy.
I'm surprised
That
at
was
myself.
going-
The hands are up there.
That was going right for the monitor. I'm gonna put that out there.
I'll protect you.
So count still full to Palomo, who, as you mentioned, Lauren, was hit right square in the either shoulder blade or the back on that first pitch from Skelly.
I would like to jam her here, but we're going to stay with a solid fastball here.
Here comes the pitch. It
just
missed. And so a leadoff walk issued by Skelly, and that is her first walk of the contest.
That's
So-
just a real good at bat right there.
Skelly doesn't walk a lot. That's only her 30th walk of the season.
Now
Move the runners over here.
You would think here to move the runners that this girl would bunt in this situation. As she does show bunt, she does get it down to
And-
bobble at third.
And that's an opportunity here that I think
You might have wanted to try to
Paletto
let
may
that
have
go.
let that go. There's backspin on that thing, and it probably would have went foul anyway. But Palomo moves up to second. And we're going to call that E5
I would not be surprised if this coach calls a bunt here again.
just to move them up
Yes.
again with nobody out. Back to the top of the lineup for Marley Massaro.
Which our corners need to be ready for. He's going to let
First
her
pitch
swing.
strike. So why do you bunt here, Lauren?
Simply to move the runners. You're behind. You have no outs. You want to get this girl in scoring position because then you have two batters to follow just to put the ball in play.
Now
Yeah.
they show bunt and it goes off the plate foul, so 1-1.
And you can get two runners in scoring position
Absolutely.
too, moving them up.
You know, even if she does get out at first, you know, all you have to do is put the ball in the field and we score.
1-1 the count
1-1, I would still bunt here.
to Marley Massaro. Here comes the pitch from Skelly.
Nothing.
Wow.
In there on the outside
Great
part of the
pitch.
plate. Actually, it was 1-2. Excuse me. That was
Oh,
a
1-2.
strikeout. And that is
Well, that would make more
only
sense to not bunt there.
it's only the second strikeout of the afternoon for Mallory Skelly.
Well, that's
Put
what
a
you
big
need
out there.
right there. A pop-up or a strikeout, and you got it.
Brings up Maddie Hageman, the shortstop. 0 for 2 with a strikeout. First pitch from Skelly. Hit on the ground. Brandon
Third.
Kleehammer.
Oh.
They're going to go to first and
Good decision.
get Hageman.
Just get the out.
Yep.
6-3 on the put out there, but the runners advance. So now
We'll
you have
have a
Paloma with
replay.
third and Luciano at second.
I wonder if she had enough time to get her at third, or if she was already in front of her. No, that was a good decision.
Her
She was
momentum
already
was going that way,
Already going
yeah.
that way. The runner was already past her. Yeah, it was. That would have been too close for her to turn her body and make that kind of play.
And even the play at first wasn't a gimme either.
And the last thing you want to do is not get the out in that
Yeah.
situation.
So 2 away here in the top of the 6th. 1-0 Sterling for Bree Young, who's 0 for 2. Cedar Creek's easily their best opportunity of the game coming here in the top of the 6th. First pitch from Skelly. In there for a called strike.
Now this would be a time that the outfield does not play it safe, because they're going to be moving no matter what.
Yep.
So anything that gets hit out there, we need to dive. We need to, come through the ball, throwing home, and hopefully get an out here.
The 0-1 pitch. Oh, Schwartz tried to frame
That
it,
was-
just missed.
Okay. This would be the pull hitter, so that's a great outside pitch to throw on her. Hopefully they keep everything out and low, although this looks like it's going to come in.
1-1 hit into the air, backing up and falling into no man's land in right field. 2 runs are going to score.
wanna
Cedar
throw that.
Creek's going to take the lead. Throw goes over home plate, and Bree Young advances to second base on the RBI, the 2-run single.
And that's the advantage of having 2 outs and having the runners go. And had that only been no outs or 1 out, the runner would have had to hold up, and probably would still be third. But you were able to get that runner from second home, and just like that, Cedar Creek goes up 2-1.
That really fell in the middle of nowhere, guys.
That is tough.
That's a tough one.
Knowing that she was a pool ball hitter, that was a tough spot to put it. I don't know if I would have chosen to come in on her knowing that everything is going to be pulled. She literally got everything on that. Not everything. She did drop, but enough of a drop for a Texas leaguer.
Yeah. She didn't pound it into the ground like she was on the other the pitches on the outside.
We could have gotten those, that nice play at second just to get the out. But now Sterling's going to have to work with still a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Hopefully we can shut the door here.
0-1 to Taylor D'Attilio. Hits it sharply and underneath the glove of Gotts. And they're going to hold the runner at third base. That was hit sharply at Gotts, and it just went right underneath her glove.
And a good job by Becky Krause coming up charging. When she got the ball, you could see they looked up, and she had the ball fairly close, and that's why the runner held it third, and they didn't get that insurance run.
That is the second error of the game for Alicia Gotts. And they're going to pinch run for Taylor D'Attilio.
Very well coming through the ball and not, taking that knee. She stops and, tries to field the ball cleanly, as to play it safe. That girl scores. So it was a great backup.
Brings up Jenna Price, shows bunt, and looks at strike one.
They'll let the runner steal.
Yep. So the pinch runner moves up to second base. So now runners on second and third with 2 outs. But Cedar Creek leading this one 2-1 on the 2-run single by Bree Young.
She does take a strike on that first pitch, however.
The 0-1 from Skelly. Hit in the air, foul down the first base line, just goes foul. Giving it a look was McLaughlin, but she couldn't get there. A lot of real estate out there, very similar to the baseball field on the first base side.
2 strikes. So now again, we need to make sure that this ball is not hittable in any chance. Everything out.
The 0-2, high and outside, gets away, and they're going to hold the runner as Karam nicely took a Sterling bounce off that backstop and right into the hands of Devin Schwartz. One and 2 to Jenna Price, the designated player, singled her last plate appearance. Fouls one out of play, 1-2 again.
Good job staying away right now with the 1-2 count.
Can't give her anything good to hit. She also seems like she turns on the ball a little bit, so we do want to make sure we keep this out. Anything in, she might be able to get a hold of. And we don't want to afford two more runs scoring.
The 1-2, outside ball 2, and a collective hush has gone over this crowd. Obviously a pro-Sterling crowd here at the home of the Silver Knights, but big inning here from Cedar Creek and a great response by the Pirates.
And is this your cleanup hitter? What hitter is this?
This is 5.
5, okay.
And it's 3-2 now to the aforementioned 5-hole hitter, Jenna Price.
Well, you have 2 outs. You still have a base open, so if you feel like she could hurt you if you get something out over the plate, you still have a little bit of room here.
The 3-2 delivery. Called third strike to end the inning.
Got that outside corner.
Went down looking. Mallory Skelly's third strikeout of the afternoon, but the damage has been done. Cedar Creek gets 2 on just 1 hit and 2 errors, and they leave 2 aboard, and we're going to move to the bottom half of the 6th. Sterling, it needed some hits here. They only have 4 on the game. They've scattered them through 5 innings.
Well, they've got 2 opportunities here, and we've seen them play from behind before and come back. So these are girls that aren't going to quit, but you want to keep it at Cedar Creek only having 2 runs at this point, and they did a good job within that inning. They got ahead, but they weren't able to get those insurance runs.
And just like they did in the 4th and even in the 5th, they were able.
We're taking a look at it on our monitors here. Big play that
Texas leaguer
just kind of dropped into that left center field area, probably about 5 or 6 feet past the infield dirt, and that was where, because the infield was playing in.
Yep.
And outfielders had no chance of that one at all. And I don't know if you never know if the wind holds that up or kind of knocks it down a little bit, depending on. You can hear on our microphones here every now and again. You're going to get a nice little gust.
Yeah, Gotts would have had to have broke right away to have any kind of chance. Let's see her initial reaction to this hit.
And that's the other thing,
Now, it's tough to say whether, it could have possibly been a diving catch no matter what, but you saw the initial reaction. Gotts took that one step to, her up and right. If she had dropped initially back left, it might have been, a different story. But that's definitely tough.
Yeah, and the other thing is, the ball got a little too much of the plate, and with the girl that was having trouble hitting that outside pitch, and as we mentioned, you had first base open, so you had room to possibly go away. But yeah, that's the great thing about baseball. You or softball too. There's always a lot of conversation points.
1-1 to Emily Auletto, 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Hit one sharply, her last plate appearance back at the pitcher, but it carried him nicely over to second base. Chico sends it over to Nadal for the out, but
a little eager on that last pitch since the pitch before the other one was a little outside. Yeah. So now she knows she needs to cover that outside corner.
1-2 to Auletto, just missed there. Did Schlee, and now it's 2-2. Kraus McLaughlin will bat in the home half of the 6th. Hit foul, back behind the backstop, out of play.
Another outside pitch. Probably got more of the plate than the pitcher wanted it to get.
Yeah, definitely. It wouldn't be surprised if she tries, another drop, or she will go curve again here, but
2-2 in the dirt and low. Good job by Auletto to kind of lay off of that one. She would need the sand wedge to get that one out.
Well, this is the time to anything close.
A 3-2 pitch from Schlee. Inside ball 4. Leadoff runners aboard. That is the second walk issued by Schlee.
And went inside on that figure. Maybe Auletto thought she was going to get the outside part plate, might be leaning a little bit, and that's where, if you hit the inside corner or get it fisted off the handle, you could get a weak ground ball. But
being a hitter there, I would have thought that she would have stayed outside. So
now you have Rebecca Kraus, 1 for 2 on the day.
Maybe a bunt here to move the runners.
Goes to sharply to third. Young.
It's an overthrow.
And it's an overthrow at second base. And they're going to move Auletto. And she's going to be into third safely. And advancing is Rebecca Kraus. And so 2 aboard here.
So a possible bunt situation. They let swing away. It turned out.
And it works in your favor.
Now the third baseman made a great backhand. But I think she got so excited that she made that backhand that she was able to overthrow the run at second.
And the play here on the run, on the overthrow where they advanced.
Because she had plenty of time.
Yeah, that was close. That was a nice throw. It's closer than I thought it was going to be.
Caitlin Adcock will be our pinch runner.
Well, no better situation with this than this. 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out. So multiple opportunities here ahead for Sterling.
And I'm going to have to give a shout out now where it's due. These are my last 2 girls that I have coached since they were 10 years old.
Coming up to the plate or?
Coming up to the plate and the pinch runner.
Oh, okay.
I have coached these girls since they were 10 years old.
You take it away from here.
Yeah.
Kate is very quick, and I've seen this girl break an ankle sliding into home, still get up and walk off.
Okay.
With no fear.
That's impressive.
She will know exactly what to do here.
One of your prodigies is at the plate. One of your other prodigy is the tying run. Your first prodigy hits it in the center field, drops in for a base hit, and Sterling's going to tie the game at 2. McLaughlin crawls back to first base
after tripping.
RBI single
right there.
Scores Adcock, and we're all tied up. Still nobody out as Kraus moves up to third base, so runners on the corner, nobody out.
Big hit.
And the key, I think, was getting that leadoff hitter on, and you just put pressure on the pitcher from that point on, and now you see Cedar Creek making mistakes.
Just drop in.
That would have been a tough catch either way. I don't know if he
Yeah,
scored
I
that.
think
It would have
had
been.
that,
It would have. She should have had it, but she also probably should have turned that glove over. It would have been an easier basket catch.
And I think she misjudged it initially. Her initial step.
I couldn't.
She didn't
I can't
react.
tell from the glare, but maybe they could. Yeah, her initial step might have been back first, but that being an outfielder and having a runner in scoring position, she had to. Your
Again,
first step is always back.
Errors, guys. The errors are leading to runs for both of these teams this afternoon.
Yeah,
that
I
is
think
error
she-
number 2 on the
She
day.
just misplayed this. If she turns that glove over, that's a different catch
yeah.
right there.
And with your momentum coming up, with nobody out, they're going to hold that runner. You're not going to send.
And if she
runner.
does basket catch it, she has a better opportunity to come right through that ball and make it a good throw at the plate.
It's amazing the difference between having a runner at third, possibly tag, and when you're going back a few steps as opposed to going up a few steps.
So there's a meeting at the mound. That's the delay in the action for the radio audience that's listening right now. A meeting at the mound. They've been out there for a while, and they're finally going to break their huddle. And
The coach definitely came out. If they have a plan, it's going to be hold the runner. They will let a girl be safe at first as long as they can hold this runner. That's what I'm thinking. Now, depending on what Coach Johnson decides to do here, now, do you let her score if it's hit to the right side right off the bat? I would, because now it makes them have an even tougher decision. Do I get an out or do I try to go here?
Schwartz fouls off the first pitch into the catcher's glove, 0-1. Schwartz 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored.
That coach comes out to break this up because now you can hear the volume comes back up. We have no outs, runner in scoring position.
Schwartz looks at ball 1. So 1-1 to Devin Schwartz. Singled and scored her last plate appearance. You've got Becky Krause on third, McLaughlin on first. Nobody out after the game-tying single by McLaughlin. Hit in the air by Devin Schwartz into right field, and dipping in and dropping the ball is Chico, and nobody's at second. They leave him loaded. Chico backed into right field to try and basket catch it and could not hang on. Another error by the Pirates, and now they're loaded up.
And the other thing I was thinking, with nobody out in that situation, tied 2-2, that they had the corners up, but I thought they might have the second and the shortstop up to come home, or at least look home. But where they put the second baseman was right where she needed to be. She just didn't make the catch, and I don't know if the wind's swirling made her misjudge
I
it.
don't know. I think she was overconfident. I think she was like, okay, I have this. This girl's not going to score.
Becky Krause scored on that. I even missed it because I was too busy watching the runner. Becky Krause scores, gives Sterling a 3-2 lead on the error on Chico.
And I think that's a situation where she possibly took her eye off the ball at the end to look at the runner.
Base hit into right center field is going to move the runners. Sender. And the play at the plate is cut off, and Sterling takes a 4-2 lead.
Nobody's covering home.
Nobody covering home, and another run comes in. It's now 5-2 Sterling. Sterling has broken this one wide open on defensive errors by the Pirates.
Coach Johnson, very aggressive as a third base coach all the time. And good job picking that up, that there was nobody covering the plate.
This was a great time to be aggressive.
And I think this is a Cedar Creek team that's being affected by the moment right now.
Absolutely.
Late in the playoff game. And
whether she's going to be safe or not, that catcher's got to squeeze that ball to prevent any other runs. And then once that ball broke away, the pitcher went after it too, which left home plate wide open for another run.
6 runners have come to the plate. 4 of them have scored here in the bottom of the 6th inning after Sterling went down 2-1.
But let's definitely give credit to that nice single by Emily Aletto. Really, she ended up getting a single with an extra base.
The bunt by Victoria Scott back at the pitcher. Sends it over to first base for the out. 1-4 on the putout, but Kleehammer moves up to third base. Only the first out of the inning. Sterling has poured it on.
I gave credit to Emily Aletto for that hit. I meant to say Kaylee
Kleehammer.
Sorry about that.
Emily got on first.
Emily did get on first.
Got things going, but great job by Kaylee.
For that single,
Back to the top of the lineup now for Sterling's Maddie Whalen.
Good eye.
Looks at the pitch at the knees, just low. 1-0. Huge inning. What a response here by Sterling in the bottom half of the 6th, as it seemed like all the air let out of the balloon there. The 1-0. hit into the air, into
She will
left
tag.
center field. Making the catch is Chico,
Throw
or
home.
Luciano.
It will be cut
And the
she's
throw is
safe.
cut off. And it's a sack fly for Maddie Whalen. Sterling taking a 6-2 lead.
Well, tons of insurance here now, and boy, this is just a great inning offensively by Sterling, just what the doctor ordered, and it all started by getting a leadoff hitter
Yes.
on, and a good tough at bat too. Going, I believe that bat went to 3-2.
It did. Single right at the middle, first pitch.
And Gott singles on the very first pitch, as you mentioned there, Lauren. Sterling opening up here offensively here in the bottom of the 6th.
And you're seeing things from Cedar Creek you didn't see early on, the errors, pitcher leaving the ball right out over the middle part of the plate. And just a great job of Sterling. Give them credit,
Yep.
taking advantage of everything.
First pitch to Mallory Skelly in there for a called strike. With 2 out here in the bottom of the 6th, Sterling leading this one by a score of 6-2. Skelly hits it on the ground
Up
to
the middle.
short sharply, trying to go to first, and they get her. Nice job by Hageman to send it over to Nandal to end the inning, but the damage has been done. Sterling gets 5 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors, and they leave 1 stranded. Last chance for the Pirates. It is 6-2.
I think now just throw strikes and let your defense
Absolutely.
make plays. But, geez, what can you say about what Sterling was able to do in the bottom half of that inning?
You know, they kept their composure. They came up and they knew what they had to do. I mean, from the 4th inning, you knew that they called up to her and that they were coming around on the bats. So it was only a matter of time till they were able to put the ball where they needed to, and they definitely did that.
Offensively for Cedar Creek, it's going to be Chico, the 6-hole hitter, Schlee, and Palomo.
And I like the aggressiveness on the bases. Even when there was,
Oh, yeah.
sometimes when you have 1 out or no outs, you won't send that runner, but they were just constantly putting the pressure on the defense. And you see right here that
Where that ball got away, that was a big error because then they both came off.
Yeah.
We were able to score another run. It's things like that. Even if you do make an error, last thing you want to do is multiply it into more.
Yeah, and that's what happened.
And that's exactly what happened. I think it was even 2 of them, 2 different times, 2 errors ended up, skyrocketing into even more trouble than it really could have
They
been.
just unraveled in that inning, no question about it.
What a response by Sterling, though. And you could tell that things got quiet around here. Even the dugout we're sitting right next to got relatively quiet.
This does not have to be a flawless inning by any means.
No.
But it can't snowball just like, the other team, like Cedar Creek did.
Throw strikes and let your fielders make plays.
Yep.
Skelly winds up, and here comes the first pitch to her in there for a called strike. Caught Chico off guard. She is 1 for 2 with a single back in the 5th. Skelly working quickly. Fires in a pitch. It just misses on the outside, 1-1.
Now, she was the one that got the inning started before, correct?
Their big inning? No, that was Palomo.
Okay, cool.
Palomo. She is 2 up 3rd in this inning as it's
Okay.
2-1 now to Chico. 6-2 Sterling here in the top of the 7th. Popped up in the infield, calling it and making the catch is Gotts.
And not a
There's
good
one
at
away.
bat because you're swinging at a low and away pitch. You're up in the count 2-1. Might want to let this one go.
Yep. Especially for a leadoff batter.
Yeah.
Got to be more disciplined. But then again, she's usually, a 6 batter, so it's kind of hard to take that role of a leadoff batter.
Brings up Allie Schlee, the pitcher, 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Righty digs in and looks at a strike at the knees. Sterling hangs on. They will host on Tuesday either Delran or Manchester Township. The 0-1 hit on the ground, foul. down the first baseline. 0-2. Skelly hasn't gotten behind a lot of batters today. Seems like she's always ahead 0-2 or better, or 1-2, something around there, giving herself the advantage. Here comes the 0-2. Hit on the ground, right at Gotts. She'll scoop it over to McLaughlin, 2 away.
Yeah, and I only recall one time that she was well ahead, that she ended up walking a batter. But other than that, I would say great job by the pitcher, staying ahead and making the batter work.
And usually if you see a good pitching performance in baseball or softball, you look back and the pitcher got ahead of the hitters in most situations.
They come down to the bat of Lauren Palomo, swings at the first pitch, foul off the backstop. And there's 2 down here in the top of the 7th. Cedar Creek down to their final 2 strikes here in the South Jersey Group 2 semifinal. Palomo hit by a pitch and walked and scored a run. The 0-1 just missed her again. Good job by Palomo.
She might be a little closer to that plate than we. She might be in a little bit.
Take a look, see how close she is on the plate. She is pretty close in. The 1-1. Golfed foul, watch out, and it hits off of our 10.
I would have caught it.
That was all you.
10 here.
You called it. You called both of us off. That's good defense.
I did. Good communication by everybody involved.
As we said, nothing.
I called it. You guys didn't run into us.
1-2.
You didn't run into me.
And we got some super fans cheering right now.
Here comes the pitch. High. That was a wild pitch by Skelly. That one got away from me. I think the little bit of nerves there from Skelly. Great job that Skelly has done, only allowing 2 runs here.
At the same time,
Maybe
not the
I don't even know if they're
pitch.
earned. I don't even know if they're earned at that point.
She may be scared to get hit in the back again, so this may throw her off.
Now she's going to come away, I'm sure.
Swung on, hit foul.
Surprised us.
And Oleto picks it up in foul ground this time. She was charging it and thought about it, but it was curving foul.
Back her off the plate, then come away, or you'd think.
She had a smile on her face. I think she knows now. 2-2. To Lauren Palomo, the right fielder.
Keep this down and away.
Here comes the pitch. Again, golfed foul coming towards us and goes out of play. Good hustle by Oleto to chase it down, but she just ran out of space. I had to call you guys off on that one. I was camped out underneath that all day. All day.
Still 2-2.
Good at bat here by Palomo to keep their chances alive for the Pirates. Skelly steps off, resets herself, and now she will get the sign and start everything all over again. 1 strike away from a South Jersey Group 2 final berth, and it goes over her head again. She's having a tough day at the plate as Palomo.
She's hanging in there.
Yeah, and if she is on that plate as close as she probably can be, it's, you don't want to hit anybody, but at the same time, scaring her off the plate isn't the worst thing in this situation.
You're the pitcher. That's your plate, right?
Yep.
3-2. 2 out. 1 strike away from the championship game. Hit on the ground, right towards Gotts. Gotts gets it over to McLaughlin, and she beats it out. Infield single by Lauren Palomo keeps the Pirates alive, and it's going to come down now to Gianni Luciano, the 9-hole center fielder.
And that's that slow roller that gives the base runner from the left-hand side that advantage.
That would have been one of those pitches, or one of those plays rather, as the first pitch is dealt there by Skelly, that you almost have to flip it out of your glove. You don't have time to exchange.
You're almost like bouncing it off.
Yep. Even from from a second baseman, that's tough to do on that angle.
Fouled back out of play, 1-1 to Gianni Luciano. Scored, reached on an error in that big 6th inning where the Pirates got their only 2 runs. The righty steps in, and here comes the pitch from Skelly. Inside, ball 2. Palomo on first, and here comes the 2-1. Hit on the ground, right back at Skelly. She bobbles it, and all the runners are going to be safe. Palomo moves up to second. Luciano advances on her second
And a good
error
job
of the game.
by this. I think Devin Schwartz went up there, got everybody together, keep everybody calm. You're still in a great situation. You just need an out.
Yep.
And that's pretty much what I think they're alluding to out there with all the meeting out at the mound.
And you can go to first, second, or third on this one.
Plenty of opportunities.
Wherever the ball's taking you, that's where you want to go. Easy play for third.
Back up to the top for Marley Massaro, 0 for 3. Struck out looking her last plate appearance to lead off the sixth. Takes the first pitch low, ball 1. And how tough is it in any situation to get that last out, whether baseball, softball, at any level, that last out is always the toughest.
Absolutely. And now that they have two, well, not two, but one error and one swinging bunt.
Hitting to the air into right field and not being able to make the catch is Kraus.
Have to get out.
One run's going to score. They're going to send the second runner. And it's
a with a triple.
It's a triple on the error by Kraus. And the Pirates are still alive here now. It's 6-4.
Look at this.
Yep.
I'll tell you, that's a tough play with the ball sailing right there. And
couldn't tell how Becky broke on it, but either that it was definitely hit on the screws.
that's a really tough play out there to me.
Take another look at this and see if you credit this one as a triple, or if you credit this as an error.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
a hit. That's a tough play for her to make.
She had to move.
That's not an error.
It's not only would she have had to have broke back, she would have had to break back.
So now what was once a 4-run lead has been cut in half, and now the tying run comes to plate in Maddie Hageman, the shortstop, who's 0 for 3 on the day.
But Coach Johnson did go out there. She did try to settle things down and said, hey, this runner means nothing. We need to
on the
make
ground on
this
the
play.
first pitch. This could do it, and it does. Sterling survives and will advance to the South Jersey Group 2 final. What an effort by Sterling. They use a big bottom of the sixth where they got 5 runs when they trailed 2-1.
And they needed all those insurance runs.
Yeah, they did
that, but those extra runs, those little things that they did to get the extra runs, taking advantage of one time, having nobody covering the plate, ended up being the difference in this game.
And can you imagine if you only had 1 or 2 insurance runs, how much more pressure that would have been after not getting that initial first,
Absolutely.
the first play that happened, made the runs all happen in general. I keep wanting to say error, but to me it was, a swinging single, a swinging bunt kind of single.
Right. Yeah.
Cedar Creek gets 4 runs on 5 hits with 4 errors, and they leave 4 stranded for Sterling, who advanced to the South Jersey Group 2 championship. Sterling got 6 runs on 7 hits with 3 errors, and they left 6 on board.
And we'll be back here. Is it Tuesday?
I heard rumors that it is Tuesday unofficially, so obviously don't go by what we say, but common sense would say it would make sense that it would be Tuesday against either Delran or Manchester Township. Delran defeated Oakcrest 7-5 in the first round, upset West Deptford, the number 2 seed, 4-3. Manchester Township is a 3 seed. They beat Barnegat 11-1 and Haddon Heights 7-5. So we'll wait to see. We'll check the Twitter sphere over the next couple hours to see who Sterling will play. Either way, the game will be at home, but Sterling uses a humongous 6th inning where they went into the inning trailing 2-1. They score 5 in the inning to go up 6-2, and they hang on here to win this one 6-4 as we head into Memorial Day weekend. We'll have the live coverage of the South Jersey Group 2 Championship right here at Sterling High School on Tuesday. I'd like to thank everybody who made this broadcast possible. The tech crew, Mr. K, doing a great job producing this one. For Kevin Schultz, Lauren Easterday, I'm Rob Strauss. Your final score is 6-4. Everybody have a great Memorial Day weekend. We'll see you on Tuesday for the championship.